month after the events which occurred at the end of Trails of Cold Steel, Rean finally awakes from his coma on top of a mountain peak just outside from his home village of Ymir. Rean and Selene head down the mountain while Valimar enters into hibernation mode to regain his mana since he stood guard to protect Rean while he was unconscious. During their descent, a mechanical golem known as a magic knight prevents you from going any further and begins to attack. Luckily, you are saved by Toval, a bracer you've had an acquaintance with before, along with the Princess Alphen and your sister Elise. You manage to finally make it home, but your homecoming is cut short as the Noble Alliance and Ouroboros attack Ymir, kidnapping the princess and your sister. As the story progresses, you must set out to find your other classmates and decide on which faction you'll lend your aid to in order to put an end to the war. The battle system is practically identical to the first Trails of Cold Steel, with the added exception of that you can now use the aid of Valimar to fight in battle, as well as there being special fights in which you can fight other mechanical knights and you can choose one of your classmates as a support. You will now have the option to choose which areas you want to explore, so the game feels a whole lot less linear than the first game. You are still graded by your performance after certain events, which will lead you to getting some pretty good equipment if you complete the optional missions. Since this is a continuation of the first game, your characters start at level 40, which means you already have access to basically all their craft skills, which kind of makes the game a bit too easy, even on Nightmare mode. The game has a 45.6% completion rate with only a 12.4% platinum success rate, meaning that 27.2% of those who beat the game manage to get the platinum trophy. The rarest trophy to get is Face of the Enemy, which you have to completely fill the monster guide. After playing the second game in the series, I really enjoyed the story. However, I was a little unsatisfied with the difficulty of the battles since there wasn't much of a skills progression since you start the game at level 40. I'm still looking forward in playing the remaining games in the series just as soon as they go under $20.